It's been rough, it's been tough, but then that's exactly what we were expecting this weekend. With the day to go, there's more of the same to come in the company of the world's greatest drivers. I'm Kevin Piper. Welcome to Rally Mexico. Our trip across the Atlantic to North America takes in round 3 of the World Rally Championship, following the season curtain raiser in Monte Carlo and last month's dash through the snowy forest of Sweden. In Mexico, it's all about heat and dust. These first gravel stages of the year were quick to live up to their fearsome reputation. Jari-Matti Latvala was an early casualty when he hit a rock and destroyed his suspension on stage 3. And so far, the master has been Sébastien Ogier in the Volkswagen. With a little luck and lots of talent, he spent the first 3 days opening an impressive lead of almost 3 minutes.
It looks very easy now, but still a long stage to go tomorrow morning, so we'll have to stay concentrated and avoid the rocks again.
For much of the rally, Norwegian Mads Osberg had been Ogier's nearest challenger. In great form until a damaged clutch on his Ford Fiesta saw him and co-driver Jonas Andersson forced to retire yesterday, much to their obvious disappointment.
Can't believe it. It's the 3rd rally in a row now where we have technical issues, and I'm not happy with that.
Osberg's problems saw Citroen's Mikko Hirvonen move up to 2nd, but that position came under threat when he drove fully 25 kilometres of stage 18 with a puncture. That's what these stages can do to even the strongest gravel tyres. Well, that allowed Belgians Thierry Neuville to close right up on the Finnish driver, and that battle for 2nd place is certainly one to keep an eye on today. Hirvonen and Neuville will start the final day separated by just 7.5 seconds. Confirmation Ogier's lead nearly 3 minutes, but as we've seen, one small mistake or a piece of bad luck can change everything. Further down the multinational leaderboard, American Ken Block is aiming for his best WRC finish in 6th position, but he could face a challenge from Australia's Chris Atkinson. We are set for a thrilling finale to an action-packed rally, all witnessed by thousands of enthusiastic Mexican fans lining the stages this weekend. Always a colourful spectacle here in Mexico. The rally is based in the state of Guanajuato, to the north of the capital, with an indoor service park in the city of León. Just 3 stages on this final day, but they begin with the massive Guanajuatito test over nearly 55 kilometres. That's followed by the 21 kilometres of Derramadero, including the famous El Brinco jump. The rally ends with a short super special sprint, the total competitive distance just over 80 kilometres. And here's how the WRC cars line up. The road order sees the leaderboard reverse, so Mads Osberg, who's allowed to restart today, is 2nd on the road. Rally leader Ogier is 13th and last of the elite WRC class. Here they go then, the final day of Rally Mexico in the company of John Desborough.
Sunday, as we all know, Kevin, is a day of rest. Unless that is you're speeding around the hills of León in the hunt for glory. And slotting in among the early runners, a rejuvenated Mads Osberg. Out of the running for the podium places, allowed back in to have a crack at some of the bonus points on offer in the power stage later in the morning. And is this stage name, I ask, some kind of Mexican joke? Guanajuatito means little Guanajuato. Small it isn't, it's a gut-buster. There'll be no rest for any of the crews. Now this isn't funny for Mikkel Kosciuszko, whose Mini gives up the ghost 40 kilometres into this stage. It's a shame, because they say the last few kilometres are the best bit. He retires while running in 11th. Australia's Chris Atkinson left the service park this morning with a double espresso in his hand and a smile on his face.
3 left plus. Then 3
This
right.
stage gives him the distance to make up the 26.7 seconds that stand between him and Ken Block.
30 7 right plus, 40, gate, 8 left long. 40,
Now his time
late,
here
6
may not
right
match the top
long,
3.
deep, and then gate.
But the long and the short of it is that he's laying down the gauntlet for Block, who is to follow on this stage next. And here comes Block, who has to respond. Now, this outing is just another date on a long and high-profile tour of the car-loving countries of the world for him. But the thing is, he's failing to match the Australian. And not only that, he's failing so much, he's about to slip a place on the Guanajuato leaderboard. He's tried to lock horns, but he's over 36 seconds slower than Atkinson. The Australian takes 6th place. Ken Block, a showman to the end. I wonder if any of that dust has got into his smile. Shall we find out?
That's a really, really tough stage. I really enjoy it, especially the end of it. The middle part I could do without. It's very tough, but the last part is just one of the best stages there is, so really enjoyed it.
Thierry Neuville left service this morning with as little as possible. He even left a spare tyre behind. But he arrives here with M Sport and Malcolm Wilson having let him off the leash. Wilson wants the young Belgian to give Mikko Hirvonen what for. And as you can see, he's got plenty of road to make up that 7.5 seconds that he needs if he wants to topple the Finn. But hang on, or rather, it's no time at all if you're going to do stuff like this, end up in a ditch, lumber into it, and then do what he does, drop 21.5 seconds. Hirvonen is now off the hook. Thierry has to gather himself. He knows at this point he's a very, very lucky boy to have got out of this stage in one piece. How lucky is that? Mikko Hirvonen also took a gamble this morning in Service Park, loading just the one spare wheel into his Citroen. He could have carried 2. They have for much of the rally, but had another of those rocks decided to take a bout out of his car, Mikko could have been living dangerously. Now, Mikko's Citroen team, well, I've already told Jarmo Leitner, Mikko's faithful co-driver, the time the pair have to match. That's Neuville's combined time, the one there in green. There's the finish, and in fact, Hirvonen keeps it together so well, he wins this stage. It's only a second stage win of the weekend, and he stays in 2nd place overall.
Obviously battling with Neuville, he dropped 20 seconds going off, trying to catch you.
Yeah, I saw that. It was so clear lines and like new, fresh lines that I knew it was him. So after that, I could take it easy as well. And straight away in the next split, he was 13 seconds behind. So then I took it a bit more steadier.
Now with a lead of over 3.5 minutes, why should this man, Sébastien Ogier, punish his polo, or his co-driver for that matter, more than he needs to? But with a commanding lead comes the temptation to allow your concentration to drop. This is Ogier at the top of his game. 54 kilometres might be a long distance commute to us, but it flies by for the VW pair. In fact, they may even feel like they want this stage to go on right the way down into Leon City itself. So Ogier's lead is trimmed slightly. Hirvonen has seen off Neuville, for now at least. Then it's Sordo and Alatia. Further behind, confirmation of Chris Atkinson's progress, taking 6th place off Ken Block.
Thanks, John, but hello, what's this? Maybe a few worries here for rally leader Ogier, as he and co-driver Julien Ingracia are attempting to put right a problem with a sensor in the Volkswagen's throttle. Also a chance to change the tyres around so they can maximise their grip in the remaining stages.
Sebastian, on the road section between stage 21 and 22. A little scare there. What was wrong?
I don't know, small problem with the throttle sensor. It was not broken, so it was not a big alarm, but something was not perfect.
So a rare problem for Ogier. Whatever next, we'll find out in just a moment. Welcome back again to Rally Mexico, where we're tracking Citroen's Spanish star Dani Sordo and his co-driver Carlos Del Barrio. The WRC Eye in the Sky offering a spectacular view of these classic gravel stages. Let's look, listen and enjoy the ride.
30, rasante izquierda, 7 larga, frenando fin para atención, derecha 5 poco lenta ti. 5 poco lenta ti, 20, izquierda 5 lenta, para, derecha 6, a fondo, 40, izquierda 9 en rasante, frenando 10, derecha 5 corta lenta ti, para izquierda 7 a fondo, 20, izquierda 5 corta 5 poco bote, 20, derecha 8 a fondo, 70, la de Latvala. Atención, rasante 10, derecha 7, acaba rasante y se cierra 6 poco lenta en otro rasante bota.
Well, we've seen those dusty, rocky mountain stages take their toll over the weekend. Needless to say, the tyres also take huge punishment. With that in mind, they're designed for durability, as well as speed and traction on this loose surface.
What they call Michelin Latitude. It is the same basic tyre as we've had for the last couple of years. Slightly modified this year on the compounds, just to make it a little bit more durable. Traditionally, Mexico does have punctures, there's no question. But normally it's not a tyre issue, it tends to be more a broken wheel issue. You sometimes get sharp stones that will cut the sidewall in the tyre, but more often than not it's an impact that will damage the wheel rim, sometimes an impact in the middle of the tyre which punctures right through the wheel. The tyre just deflects and it cracks the inside of the wheel.
And tyre preservation likely to be the name of the game in the last two stages as we rejoin John Desborough.
We're in to the last chance saloon. Now is the time to make up for any silly stuff you might have got up to over the weekend. It's the power stage, a place where bonus points are on offer. Can you feel the power? Martin Prokop can. He's in 9th. Mexico's Benito Guerra wants to put on a show, not for the bonus points so much, but to convince his sponsors with stuff like that to invest more money in him. He's in 8th place, but after landing in his car like this, he has no fillings in his teeth. Ken Block is in demand around the world these days, but the chance to tackle these punishing stages was too much. No American has done this well in an event like this. Maybe now he'll shave the beard he's been wearing. He's in 7th. That's In-Flight Entertainment, where Ken comes from, by the way. Finishing in 5th place with a career best is Nasser Al-Attiyah.
Left to one, stay in 100.
Now, part of him might be finding it hard to absorb what he's achieved here. Part of him will have wanted to challenge the top 3. But as you can see, he's been coming on in leaps and bounds. There are plenty more gravel events to come this season. He won't be able to stay away now. The Mexican public have been keen to know what Spain's Dani Sordo has made of their rally. The trouble with these power stages is they can play with the driver's mind. So does he chase the chance of some bonus points?